With this problem, I want to do the grading scale based on mean and standard deviation of a class and a teacher deciding what percent of the grade is going to be what. So like in this instance, we have 8% of the class is going to get an A, 15% of the class is going to get a B. Once you get those two, the rest of the curve fits into place. The only information you need is the class average after the test is done and the standard deviation. Alright, so if this is the class average, halfway down the curve, then an A and a B are going to be to the far right. So let's just deal with the A first. If this is your cutoff score for an A, right here, and we're talking about 8% of the class is going to get A's, that would be the very top of the class. If you remember, the curve, even in the computer, is always looking to the left. So the total area under the curve to the left, or the percent of people that would land to the left of that A. Well, if there's 8% on the right, then there's only 92% on the left. So this is the important number you need to solve for what the cutoff score for an A is. Instead of doing all that heavy algebra, we're going to just do it right in a spreadsheet. So let me move it down a little bit so we can see that 92. Maybe I should just move that up. Just remember it's 92. So we're going to use what's called norm inverse. So norm inverse. And that takes the percentage you're looking at, the 0.92. It takes the mean score, which is 63, and it takes the standard deviation, which is 7. And with all that, it spits back the score that should land at an A. Let's neaten it up a little bit. You never see a score like that, so maybe a whole number, 73. So this would be your A's. Above a 73 would be an A, 73 and above. All right, that was really quick compared to what we did in class. If we go back and do the B's, let's see here, pick another color, green. The B's would be another chunk of the upper part of the curve, which would be here, and this green shaded version part of it will be the people that get B's. So if they get the cutoff score from B to 1 point less than the cutoff score for A, they would get a B grade. Now 15% is supposed to be this green shaded region. But remember, this curve doesn't care about the top, it only cares about the bottom. So the total amount on the top, you have to look at both of these, that would be 23% of the curve. So what that leaves for the other part, we're done with the 92, is 100 minus 23, so I don't make any silly mistakes, which is 77. So what we're going to type in this time is the 77% and the rest of the information. So it's back to the spreadsheet. It's going to be norm inverse, and we want 0.77 percentile. The average was a 63 again, and the standard deviation was a 7. So the cutoff score for the B's would be about a 68. Let's shrink that down a little bit. Whole number. Yeah, 68. So somewhere between a 68 and a 72, these students would be getting B's. So that's how norm inverse, not the one with the S, works with a spreadsheet. It's actually kind of easy.